right? So good afternoon, honorable executive board members, delegates, and the secretariat board members. The world is now at the verge of international crises and tensions where the dominance over land is more important than life. With the whole world in lockdown, we all are helpless to stay in our homes and pray that we are safe and sound. During this pandemic, our aim is to promote model United Nations in this pandemic by giving a platform to the newcomers and keeping the circuit alive. Since the dawn of human civilizations, there have been diversities in people's opinions. We are really overwhelmed with the responses of our delegates for this conference, and which has really inspired us to work hard for this conference. And most importantly, with the views in mind, OEMACO Intercontinental Virtual Model United Nations is going to be live, consisting of the most vital, influential, and crucial committees of this present time. And most importantly, we believe that it would have been help you for the delegates for using this podium as the best podium as to show their diplomacy through their delegacy. So, and we are really honored uh, for the for the efforts of our secretariat board members. And at first, I would really like to invite our most hardworking Director General Sir for his words for this conference.
Thank you very much for giving me the floor. First of all, I would like to welcome all the executive board members to the opening ceremony of OIVMUN, and greetings to the glorious people of this great land. When I was suddenly positioned as the Director General of OIVMUN, I did not remotely expect that this MUN would be one of the most revolutionary online MUNs in the history of this nation. Of course, we had our share of controversies, but those were nothing but opposition parties trying to conspire against our beloved MUN. Because we have risen so high, obviously we have become a target. But the people who have attempted to conspire against us have only made us realize the few shortcomings and made us fix them immediately and effectively. My amazing Secretariat Board has worked day and night to keep this MUN on track till now. And I am thankful and proud of all of them. We have country ambassadors from 24 different nations, excellent delegates, and an equally excellent and amazing AB panel. Our MUN has become the first intercontinental MUN of Bangladesh. We have more than 1,000 registrations. This is no easy feat. It couldn't have been possible without the love, passion, and support of the people. I am honored to be a part of this MUN. The resilience and determination of the great people have given us extraordinary strength to soldier on. And I know we will keep working hard till our last day for this MUN to be successful. To the conspirators, I have a line quoted by the great president of Iraq, Saddam Hussein. The hand of the revolution reaches its enemies wherever they are found. Thank you, and I hope everyone has an exhilarating and great experience in OIVMUN. Long live Bangladesh, long live the glorious people of Bangladesh, long live OIVMUN. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, our Director General Sir, for your valuable words. Next on, I would like to request our chief guest, Upama Ahmed, to depict her words for this conference. And currently, as we know, she is the founder and president of Evolution 360. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Secretary General, for giving me the floor. And good evening, everyone. So I hope you are enjoying a good day amidst this pandemic. I know it's a critical situation, but all of us, we are just trying to keep ourselves as much careful, as much occupied as possible. So first of all, I would like to thank the organizers for this amazing initiative in this quarantine period when the youth all over the world are stuck and they are lacking the productive works and they cannot decide what to do. So amidst this critical situation, you have arranged such a versatile platform where they can actually showcase not only their public speaking presentation but also the leadership and networking skills, and that too virtually. So good job for that. And I just came to know from the Director General that you have uh, around 24 country representatives from around the globe, which is really praiseworthy. And I would also actually congratulate all the participants here, since I came to know that there are around more than 1,000 participants in this online MUN. So I would like to congratulate them because they have actually understood the importance of doing MUNs. Not only MUN, the importance of doing any kind of extracurricular activity which enables them to hone their skills or improve their speaking and networking abilities. So although you have just understood that, so good job. And I know throughout this process, throughout the event, there will be winners and there will be participants who won't get anything. So I would like to say something to all of you. Those who will win, those who will become the best delegates or outstanding delegates, you will win something. But what about the people, what about the delegates who won't be getting the best delegate awards or any sorts of awards? Don't think that you haven't got anything. Don't think that you are the losers, because the thing that you have actually participated in this conference, throughout your experience, you have actually gained something. And I'm pretty sure I can already see a very vibrant executive board panel, and all of them are really amazing people. So your EB members will actually help you to understand and inherit the beauty of MUN, not only as a competition or as a contest, but why MUN is actually important. I have been doing MUN since, I've been also working with the United Nations currently as an ambassador since past 3 years. I started with MUN actually when I was a sophomore at Dhaka University. And there is one misconception what people say that MUN korle UN e kaj kora jabe or MUN theke UN e chole jabo. It's not completely true, but for going to any platform, any international platform like UN, you need a sufficient amount of confidence. You need network. You need to know how to present yourself as well as your country. Now, since past few days, when I've been representing Bangladesh in the high-level panel forums of UN sessions of the General Assembly, since all of these sessions are now held virtually because of this pandemic, this is the most crucial thing. You need to know how to present yourself, and that ability, that speaking ability, that communication ability is something which you actually gain from doing MUNs. So don't think you are not getting anything. You are making yourself more confident. You are improving your communication skill. You are improving your presentation skill. You're not only representing a specific country. You are also representing the foreign policy, the activities, the behavior of a diplomat. And by doing that, I think you will be able to gain that confidence, and throughout doing a lot of MUNs or contests like that, you will be able to create a huge network. And I always say that your network is basically your net worth. So I hope you will understand that. And since we are passing a pandemic situation, we all know that in the post-pandemic world, the new normal is going to be difficult. And most importantly for the youth, because those of you are in the university level, you will be facing a lot of problems while searching for jobs. Like many companies have stopped recruitment, and that's creating a huge problem, because in our academic field, we learn certain kinds of skill, and when we are actually going for job, the employability skills are needed. You need to learn, or you need to know a lot more what is actually taught in your degree, in your honors or master's degree. For that, I would say the more you work to improve your skills, your communication skill, your negotiation skill, that is going to create a huge difference for you, and that's going to help you in the long run. So, and also one more thing, since I am a representative of UN along with being a university lecturer, so I do create I always encourage the young people to represent themselves in the international platforms. And that is why this year, along with me, around 15 youth from Bangladesh have actually represented Bangladesh in the HLPF of the General Assembly. So we are actually creating these opportunities and chances. I hope if you are able to create your network that way from Evolution 360, we are giving everyone this opportunity, our members this opportunity. So I guess you can actually have a look at that. You can check out the opportunities if you are interested. And that's all, I guess. I won't elongate the speech because you have a lot more to see. You have workshops and a lot more activities today. So I would thank all the panel members who are present here, and thank the Secretary General, Director General, and all the associated authorities who have been working really hard to organize this event. And I wish all the very best to all of you and the huge success to this MUN. So thank you very much, and best wishes to the participants as well.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words. We are honored to have you amidst us as our chief guest. We expect that our delegates to take your valuable suggestions, and it would really inspire them. So now, moving forward to our plenary session, we had 6 committees at first, but for the responses for our delegates, for which we are really overwhelmed, we needed to increase one of our committees later. So overall, we had 7 committees for this conference. We had International Monetary Fund, United Nations Security Council, United Nations High Commission for Refugees, European Commission, United Nations Environment Programme, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and International Press Corps. So at first, I would like to request the Executive Board members of United Nations High Commission for Refugees to put their valuable words for this conference and regarding their agenda and their committee.
Thank you so much, Honorable Director, Deputy Secretary General, Madam. It's actually United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and his office. So yes, I'm overwhelmed to be a part of this MUN, overwhelmed to be a part of this High Commission. And with me, we have our Deputy High Commissioner, Rohan Rao, and another Deputy High Commissioner, Musarat Mahazabin Mim, who are not amongst us. However, I'm truly pleased and honored to share the particular executive board panel with the 2 of the best ABs, executive boards. And another very important thing, our agenda is sustainable return and reintegration of internally displaced people. Considering the fact that this is a particular committee which have refugee in its name, and it does not have a broad mandate to work towards the internally displaced persons. However, UNHCR can actually, in some cases, look after their rights. So as this is a half-day MUN, so we try to constrict the agenda a little bit. So I will definitely look up to the delegates on how they particularly solve this case of the internally displaced person, considering the fact that internally displaced person does not have a definition worldwide, and how they solve this particular case of climate internally displaced people due to the climate change, then internally displaced people due to the political clashes. So how they particularly look after the rights of these particular people. So we have a very vibrant committee. I should say one of the best committees that I have been doing till now. However, considering the fact that this is only a half-day MUN, That is, we have committee session. We will be starting the committee session at 9:30 a.m. for UNHCR, and we will be ending it within 5:30 p.m. So considering the fact that it is only a half-day MUN, that's why I have already told my delegates, and I am telling all the delegates present in this particular MUN, let us not malign ourselves with the award we get, because actually getting award, particularly in a half-day MUN, matters much less than considering the thing we are learning from this particular MUN, so that we can utilize this learning in our many further MUNs ahead. So with this, I would like to say one particular thing is that when we have our honorable guest Upama Ahmed Apu with us, so Upama Apu actually said that even real UN sessions are being held online. So if we can do our online classes, if we can give our online exam, if real UN session is being held in online, so why cannot we do online MUNs? So to all the people who are criticizing online MUNs, they understand the fact that a particular amount of people have to work behind the background to make this MUN successful. If I consider this MUN, I can see the amount of hard work this MUN particularly puts behind its delegates, bringing delegates from controversial countries like Yemen, Palestine, and so many other 24 nations around the world. So I have to applaud the Secretariat, the Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, Director General, Charge Affairs, every person I look after to this MUN. And we have a very honorable advisor for this MUN, Pratyush Ranjan Dada from India. So thank you so much for guiding this MUN all along. I would keep it simple. So hope to see the delegates in the workshop session, which will start at 7:30 p.m. today, and our committee session will start at 9:30 p.m. So hope to see everyone there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your words. So next, moving forward to our next committee, European Commission. So I would like to request the executive board member of European Commission to say about the agenda and their committee.
Thank you so much, DSG ma'am. Am I audible? I guess I am. So
Yes, sir,
yeah,
you are.
starting with the agenda and the committee, basically, I have never seen European Commission in any Bangladeshi Model UN conference. So it is a common misconception that European Union and European Commission is basically the same thing. However, it's not the same thing because European Commission is basically the legislative and executive branch of the European Union, which is basically the European Parliament. So the agenda of our committee being the reformation of the common EU defense policy. As we all know that after Brexit happened, the EU defense and many of the structure of European Union became unstable. So basically, we are mainly talking. The delegates are mainly talking about how we can stabilize the current situation, considering the pandemic situation as well, and how can the European countries be united against the several other regional cooperations. For example, Collective Security Treaty Organization, which is a Russian-led military alliance of the 7 former Soviet states, as well as the Shanghai Cooperation. So how can the European Union outrank all these regional cooperation as a united front? So basically the dais of European Commission is actually looking for that to the delegates. And one more thing is that basically, since this is an opening ceremony for the conference, however, this is basically a closing plenary for the European Commission, because we had our workshop yesterday, and we have been into the committee sessions throughout today. We started our committee session from the morning. So basically, we are not going for the draft resolution, as European Commission is mainly about has a different structure. So basically, we are taking the working paper, and our working paper has already been presented. So being the president of the European Commission, I'm really happy that we have come up with very feasible solutions. The delegates has come up with very feasible solutions. We discussed about the strategies, all the strategies should the European allies follow in the following years, and cooperation between NATO and European Union, and how can the further conflicts among the transatlantic partners be prevented in the future. And we had 5 moderated caucus discussed. Among them, we discussed about the mastering the proper ways to ensure the superiority of the Union in terms of military capability. So as we have seen that there, like from the discussion of the delegates, I got to know that there were several kinds of budgetary problems for which the military section, the military alliance, the military front of the European Union was lagging behind. So delegates came up with various kinds of funding and industrialization policies to ensure the future probabilities of the various defense policies such as EDF and PESCO, which is one of the most important defense policies of European Union. And also like they came up with various strategies to prevent further conflicts among the other regional cooperations. And I would say that the working paper they presented was really good, and the solutions were actually feasible and realistic. So that is what we look for whenever we chair any committee, and that is utmostly expected from the delegates as well. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce my vice president Dipro Protoy. Unfortunately, he could not be with us because one of his relative has left us from this world, so he could not be with us in this ceremony. And yeah, and I would like to thank the secretariat, and as the director general has said that this is the first intercontinental online MUN conference of the country. And personally I have seen, and as the other EB member who has seen as well, that the amount of effort the whole team has given behind the successful orientation as well as the successful conduct of the conference, it was really appreciable. And we are really happy to be here. Especially I am really honored to be the president of the European Commission, as this committee is the advanced committee in the conference as well. So thank you so much for having me and Dipro to lead and moderate the Committee of European Commission. Thank you so much. Giving the floor back to the Deputy Secretary General. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your words, and we also are also honored for serving you in this conference, the whole executive board panel, and our honorable delegates also. So next, I'm moving forward to United Nations Security Council. I would like to request the executive board member of United Nations Security Council to say about the agenda and this conference.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Secretary General. This is the Rapporteur of United Nations Security Council. Unfortunately, the President and the Vice President has some emergencies for which they couldn't attend the session. They cannot attend the opening plenary session. So United Nations Security Council is one of the 6 organs of United Nations. And we will be discussing about the situation in Yemen, the involvement of children in Yemen, and the involvement of the Saudi-led coalition and the Houthi rebels. And the delegates would be happening in Yemen. What we executive board members expect from the delegates is, despite having differences, how they come to a consensus. What matters mostly to us is the diplomacy and negotiation they do in the committee session. With this, the Rapporteur of United Nations Security Council would like to give the floor to the Deputy Secretary General.
Thanks a lot, sir, for your words and recognizing the other executive board members of United Nations Security Council. So next, I'm moving forward to United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So I would like to request the executive board members of UNODP to come forward and put his words.
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you very much. I'm Said Faimali, will be serving as the chairperson of UNODP. I will be having Jawad bin Rashid and Shama Chabab as my vice chairperson and director, respectively. Now, our agenda is curbing the Middle Eastern opium trade. You see, even though the world is in a pandemic, there is the chain system, the drugs chain running around the world. It's still active and it's running pretty smoothly for the as per the different reports of different agencies we have currently in the world. And we know drug abuse itself is a very major issue, very urgent issue, which needs to be always addressed, because the drugs affects the youth the most, because the youth are under the sphere of drug abuse the most. And from where this drug abuse happens, how it happens, and where this money goes, it's a very big issue. We plan to have our workshop session this evening, and then again move to the works and the debates tomorrow. We have discussed among ourselves, we have provided the study guides and everything, hoping that from intelligence reports to international organization reports to different reports of different banks, releasing different money laundering reports, everything is there in the study guide, which the delegates, I guess, will follow, and will give a very nice debate tomorrow and find solution. Thank you. That's it, I guess.
Thank you, sir, for your words. We really expect that the delegates will come to some fruitful solutions regarding this significant issue. So next, I'm moving forward to United Nations Environment Program. So I'd like to request the executive board members for their words.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Secretary General, ma'am. So greetings everyone, I'm Saima Said. I'm serving as the Director of the United Nations Environment Program. So at first, I'd like to congratulate the entire Secretariat Board for arranging this amazing intercontinental conference and for having me over in their conference as the Director of UNEP. So along with me, we have Bakhtiar Habib sir as the chairperson, Aditya Chaudhary sir as the vice chairperson, and Farzina Ahmed ma'am as the co-vice chairperson in our committee. However, they are not among us at this right moment. So, but I'm really honored to share the DAS panel with the three of them. Now, talking about our committee, our committee is the United Nations Environment Program, where our agenda is about the prevention of the aquatic pollution, or something that we call marine pollution. So since we know that billions of people are living the coastal communities and rely on the oceans for their livelihoods, and this is something that leaves a huge impact on our climate as well. So our delegates will be discussing the ways that they can prevent this marine pollution to save the lives of the living beings in the waters. And about the expectations, I expect the delegates, especially the beginners in our committee, to involve themselves in the debate and solve this issue together with negotiating with each other. So that's all for now. I hope to see all of the delegates in our session, and thank you so much, the Secretariat Board.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your words. Next, I'm moving forward to International Monetary Fund. I would like to request the executive board member of IMF to depict the word.
Hi, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Right. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. I'm Zaif Shabab. I'll be serving as the vice chairperson for the International Monetary Fund Committee. Our council will be discussing about the economic recession that is bound to happen as this world goes through such a pandemic that has been taking a toll on almost every sector around the world. Our committee will also keep in mind the situation or the economic crisis happening between the East and the West. By that, I mean the US and the China. And we'll be dealing with a new loan structure to help the world through the next recession that is around us or is slowly coming forward. So this committee will also be chaired by two other people, Mr. Habib and Ms. Kriti. They are extremely sorry that they could not make it here, but they will be there for the workshop and the committee session. So thank you, everybody. Hope you all have a good day. And congratulations to Mr. Sekjan and his team for pulling off such a beautiful event.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. So next, I'm moving forward to our last committee, International Press, and I would like to request our executive board members to put on their valuable words.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Secretary General. Am I being audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. The joint editors of International Press in OIVMUN 2020. Along with me, I have my another joint editor, Ms. Tajrina Ahmed Khan Medha. She was here with us, but she had to leave this opening ceremony a few minutes ago. So in this international press, the correspondents will face some challenges because of the fact that it's a one-day MUN and hence their workload has increased and hence the workload has increased. So we have already conducted the workshop of international press a while ago, and we have also assigned the correspondents with some pre-conference articles where we have given them different topics based on the agendas of the other committees. The correspondents has access to the study guides of the other committees as well, so they're writing articles based on that. We are hoping that we will get some good write-ups from the correspondents. Also, since we were added in the group chat yesterday, what we as in the EV members of IP, what we realized was that the correspondents are extremely hardworking and they have this passion to do better. And I believe that this online, through this platform of online MUNs, the delegates, the correspondents, and everyone else related with this online MUNs are having this wonderful opportunity, which they're utilizing to learn a lot of new things, a lot of new skills, and that too without spending any money and absolutely for free. So I think that that's a huge benefit that this pandemic has introduced us to. So with that being said, I'd like to conclude my speech over here, and over to you, Deputy Secretary General. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your words. We really expect that the correspondents would do their job greatly. So here ends all the pronunciation of all the committees. So next, now I would like to give the floor to our Secretary General Muntar Ahmed Thakur, sir. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary General, ma'am. So my greetings to all the executive board members, fellow secretariat board members, and delegates participating in OEMACO Intercontinental Virtual Model United Nations. Serving the delegates from around the globe, having 24 country ambassadors and the most specialized executive board members from Bangladesh and India. I, Muntar Ahmed Thakur, the Secretary General of this conference, is genuinely honored and proud. Nowadays, there has been many conversations regarding the existence of online Model United Nations. Model United Nations, regarding the existence of online Model United Nations, but being an active member of the circuit, I feel online MUNs are more beneficial to keep this circuit alive amidst this pandemic, and here I believe OIVMUN has really been successful to make its marks in the generation of online MUN as the most successful one. Nothing would have been possible without the contribution of the hardworking Secretariat and the suggestions of our Chief Advisor, Mr. Pratyush Ranjan. With the hope of one successful conference, I, Muntar Ahmed Thakur, Secretary General of OIVMUN 2020, declared this conference to be open.
Thank you, sir. So now I would request to all the executive board members to wait and move forward till our workshop session. So here our opening ceremony ends. Eddie, turn off the recording.